Hey, so I'm just checking in. I wanted to talk about my anxiety for a minute. Some of you know that I have anxiety, probably most of you. I'm pretty open about it. It is part of my life. And judging from the last 17 years, it will always be a part of my life. And that's okay with me because I have been in treatment for it for 3 years now, and it's effective. And I take a medication, just a normal medication, and it works when I remember to take it. So a couple of factors happened recently. A month ago, I had a concussion, a pretty solid one. I mean, I don't know. I haven't actually gone to the doctor, which is a big no-no. Please, if you get a concussion, go to the doctor. Go to see a concussion specialist. I need to make that phone call because I am not getting better. It has affected my sleep. It has affected my emotions, my vision, my energy levels. So with anxiety, for anyone who doesn't understand anxiety or there's different types, but for my anxiety, if I don't get sleep, if I'm not rested, my anxiety gets triggered really, really easily, which makes sense if you think about it. But then what happens is, once my anxiety is triggered, I can't sleep after that. That's it. You're done forever. It feels like. So my concussion has made my memory not as good, and I keep forgetting to take my pill, and it's affecting my sleep. So the other night, I woke up at 1:40 in the morning in a full-blown anxiety attack. So if people are like, oh, just, don't worry about things, don't, like, it's not something to be worried about. My body woke me up in a full-blown anxiety attack. It responded without me even being conscious. I was not doing this to myself. This is not something you do to yourself. It is a physical reaction to chemicals in your brain, hormones, all kinds of different things. One of the other factors with anxiety for women, I don't know about men. Men have cycles too, just they're not the same and not as easily tracked. But when my menstrual cycle, the hormones from that greatly affect my anxiety. So I usually spike the week before I get my period. So that's coming soon. Yay. And I had a full-blown anxiety attack, and I laid in bed, and my faith is a big part of treating my anxiety, and I prayed, and I prayed, and I prayed, and I prayed. I just focused on God, and I focused on Him being good. And it didn't work. And I'm not saying it doesn't ever work, but in this case, it was not working. So I woke my husband up, and I told him, I'm having an anxiety attack. I need your help. I cannot sleep. It's been 2 hours, and I'm wide awake, and I'm having a breakdown. And he said, did you take your pill today? And I had, but I had missed it a couple of days during that week. So if you're not consistent with it, please be consistent with your medication. If you are on treatment, it is worth it. Just stick with it. If you're ready to come off of it, use your doctor's help to come off of it. Don't just drop it. It won't be great. It won't be a good thing. Just don't do it. If you can come off your medication in a safe way and you can go back to a normal life, all power to that would be amazing. I wish I could do that. I can't. So I woke him up, and he prayed with me, and he gave me his phone to stream some. He has a great app, and I streamed some praise and worship music, which was really helpful because I just focused on the songs and sang along, and I fell asleep. But that took a couple hours. And so the next day I was really struggling. It affected my mental health. It affected my physical health. I lose my appetite when I have anxiety. And I'm doing the keto diet, so that's a whole nother topic. But when you're on keto, your hunger is different. So if I don't have any kind of hunger triggers, it's a problem. Then I don't eat, and then my brain gets even more tired, and my concussion symptoms get worse, and my anxiety symptoms get worse. And I just want people to understand what's going on with me. And if this is happening to you, I want you to know you're not alone. And there are things you can do to help. Seriously, if you have a concussion, there are concussion clinics. There are treatments. And I am preaching to myself. I need to make that phone call. I'm going to make that phone call when I'm done recording this. If you have anxiety, you have so many options. There are so many ways to treat anxiety. There's natural ways, and sometimes that works for people, and sometimes it doesn't. I am on sertraline. That's my medication. So it's like an artificial serotonin. So it balances me out. And to anyone who has a loved one with anxiety, that does not mean that your loved one is all of a sudden not going to have emotions or have stress or have tears or anger or whatever. They still react in a normal human way. So if you piss them off, don't say, "Did you take your pill today?" Because guess what? They still get mad. They still get sad. And it just balances you out. It makes you be able to cope with those emotions. It helps you not have them take over your whole life. And I'm doing this now. I'm doing this video now because being sent back into that world after years of not having anxiety attacks, experiencing one again, was terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying. I don't want to live in that world anymore. And I'm so grateful that my husband gets it, and he supports me, and he knows how to help me now, and maybe not always perfectly, but find your people who will help you. If your loved ones don't understand, be patient. When they see the changes and you're able to communicate with them easier because your anxiety isn't ruling your life, it may come. It may come, and then you'll have this awesome support team. But a big part of it is taking that step for yourself. Go talk to your doctor, talk to your healthcare provider. Try a medication if that's an option for you. Mine kicked in within the 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, it's been years, so I forget totally, but it was amazing. It was amazing to get myself back and be able to recognize all the things that I had no idea were not just me being crazy and overwhelmed. It was a symptom of my mental illness. And I've heard a reference to mental illness, mental health, compared to diabetes. If someone has diabetes, you don't just tell them to get over it and move on with their life. They have to take a medication. They have to do treatments. Their life has to be different than someone who doesn't have diabetes. If you are diabetic, you can't just stop taking your insulin because you feel better. You can't just skip a dose here and there, because you could get very sick. You could die from your body's response to not having that assistance. So if you're on a medication, if you have to take anxiety medication, man, I'm saying, who cares? Who cares? I take a pill every single day. My kids remind me to take it because they know it helps me. My daughter loves to play doctor, and so she will bring me my pill. Childproof caps? Pfft, yeah, right. She knows how to open them, and she will hand me my pill, or she will put it right in my mouth. My family knows that this is part of our life because I'm part of their life, and they support me, and it's just normal for us now. And I'm so grateful for my husband, for him absorbing the information. That's not an easy thing for him. He was very much a just get over it kind of person, and he's not anymore. And he's not ashamed that I'm on medication. In fact, he was diagnosed with something, not a mental health concern, but he was like anti medication stuff for a lot of stuff. Just tough it out, right? You're a man, tough it out. I mean, he's not a macho guy or anything, but he takes a pill every day too for something else unrelated. But it's fine. We're happy that we are able to be the best versions of ourselves, and it's worth it. Like, do not be ashamed that your body is different than someone else's body. My body is different in a lot of ways than other people's bodies. Like, a lot of ways. I've had 4 kids. My body does not look like someone else's body, and that's fine with me. I don't want to have someone else's eyes. I don't want to have someone else's smile. I don't want to have someone else's brain. And that's how my brain works, and so I work with it. I have to wear glasses for driving. Other people don't. I have to take medication so that I can take care of my family, so that I can remember to feed myself, so that I can see the joy in raising my beautiful children. It stole my joy. My anxiety stole my joy, and it didn't have to. And I'm telling you, it doesn't have to steal yours either. So please just remember you're not alone. And if you have questions about anxiety, I can answer what I know. Everyone's is different. And it's fine. It's fine that it's different. It's fine that your brain is different. But you don't have to live in that world. And I'm not going to live in it.